Well, hello, and happy Sunday. That's what time it is as I'm speaking this. I don't know what time or day or weather or what the news is doing or whatever's going on in the world whenever you hear this, if you hear it, all 12 of you. if that. Okay, I'm going to address some things. I'm doing it. Tap, tap, tap the invisible mic. Anybody there? This thing on? Anybody home? So I just want to say unfortunately, I've gotten so adept at reading Masonic signaling and decoding it and debunking lies and programs that go with it. Okay, so one big one, which I have written about a lot for years, is the vow of silence that these people take. Because this is according to whistleblowers, survivors, overcomers of satanic ritual abuse. I've counseled a bunch of them. I've, gone down all the rabbit holes, and this is a summary of what I've learned in the last decade. So you're welcome. Save you some research, save you some time. Take it or leave it. I do recommend you do your own research. I do always recommend that. Use your critical thinking skills and look beyond the curated lies and narratives and programs. Big ones in the Illuminati world are no pain, no gain. And keep your mouth shut. And that your voice doesn't matter. They love to, kind of pretend your voice matters, especially feminine voices and leadership voices, that your voice is important, it matters, when really that's just mockery because they're basically telling you it doesn't. Because again, we're in an inverse, opposite, perverted, inverted world here. We are in a sim, a realm, a Truman Show, a Matrix. There is no spoon. Okay. So what do I want to talk about the vow of silence? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the vow of silence. Let's talk about silent treatment. Let's talk about weaponized silence. Let's talk about how children were harmed, and if they got to live, then they were told to shut up and never speak on the molestation, the incest, the rapes, the sodomy rituals that they were susceptible to or had to go through, because then they're told that their whole family will be deleted if they do speak up and tell. So don't ask, don't tell, don't tell, don't tell. Don't you tell. Don't be a rat. Don't be a snitch. Don't be a tattletale or a blabbermouth. Guess what? I'm doing all of it. I'm doing all of it proudly with a smile on my face. Gladly. Loudly, often. I'm doing it. I'm doing it because you know why? I don't give two rats' asses, or a half a rat's ass, or a rat's tail about people who want to tell you to be quiet. Be quiet. Be patient. You first. You first. Role model it then. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Right? If your instinct is to tell women, especially, for example, to be quiet, to sit down and not talk, and that then you're going to wrap that in some philosophical garbage of stoicism or how silence is golden or it's wisdom. It isn't. It's complicity and cowardice. Okay? And the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me and we'll tell the truth. Because the truth isn't always nice. It isn't always vanilla. It isn't always polished. It isn't always the altar boy or the good girl. In fact, quite opposite. Truth will rip your guts out and it will string you up by them. Okay, I know that's violent. I'm just giving you metaphors. Metaphors. No actual violence needs to ever happen, ever. But that's how Satanists are. They do those things literally. And then they want you to shut up about it and go away and be intimidated and bullied into silence rather than telling them, the world and them, what they did was not okay. It will never be okay. And you will never shut up about it. And if that puts you at risk, so be it. I'm on borrowed time, right? I tried to die when I was 33. 33, a big Mason age. Big Mason number. Because they like to pervert and invert everything. So Christ died at age 33, so they have the 33rd degree of Masonry, which is where they have to do ritual, where they have to delete an infant in front of people and consume that infant. So the people you see on your screens, the people you revere, admire, and even sometimes worship, the people you vote for, the people whose concerts you go to, the people whose merch you buy, the people you think are the shining ones are actually the dark and very dim ones. What do I mean by that? Well, to actually put your fingers to your lips in this day and age or do the okay sign or the thumbs up sign says that you have not been paying attention. And if you're doing that unconsciously, okay, fine. But get educated and get up to speed about the fact that the Masons have a whole hand language, a whole sign language. And they are always signaling to each other through their clothing, through their colors, through, the butterfly, the monarch butterfly, which is MK Ultra, and shows you that someone is highly programmed. I'm sorry to say, the Epstein victims are all wearing those butterfly pins, right? And the butterfly, in its true sense, is supposed to symbolize transformation. So what the elites and the Illuminati and the Freemasons think is they're going to transform you from your caterpillar / human self to your more evolved butterfly self. You're going to get your wings, you're going to get your prize, but you have to go through these humiliation rituals first. You have to take these little scripts, these little Mad Libs things they give you, and round we go with it. And then you have to sell these principles that you must suffer to be enlightened, you must be quiet, and you must, not show emotion to be enlightened. You must have a diagnosis that you must be medicated for. You must be regulated, medicated, regulated, medicated, medicated, and regulated. Don't see through us. Don't call us out. We don't like that. That we get to be the ones mocking. We don't like to be mocked. We want to be the stalkers. We don't want to be stalked. I don't want to stalk anyone either, by the way. What was the time or the energy? I'd rather be out in nature doing my things with my clients, with my friends, living a life. And yes, I sit in enormous amounts of stillness and silence. I lived in Maine, in the deep winter woods of Maine, the back, right up on the Canadian border. It was me, moose, and squirrel. I know silence. I could be very comfortable in silence for long stretches of time. But we do have the internet, and people will tell you, stop doom scrolling, put the phone down, get out in nature. I do all of that. And I document and record things for my own sanity and peace. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having opinions, being vocal about them, talking about difficult, hard things, because we can talk about difficult, hard things so they don't have to be so difficult or hard, like when we carried them in silence, like the little boys who the priest told, yes, you get your period once a month, and gave them tampons for their anuses when they were bleeding after they were having crucifixes put up those butts. But hey, go put your money in the collection plate, and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, literally. Gloria Vanderbilt, used to drown infants, apparently. And we all used to wear her swan logo on our ass as children. So, yeah, it's very vast, it's very dark, and it's very intricate. And, yeah, we're not dealing with real humans at this point. We're dealing with powers, principalities, and it's not flesh. It's spirit that hops bodies. Does this all sound like a crazy rant or of a crazy person who should just shut the fuck up and go the fuck away already? We're tired of hearing your truth or the truth or truth that we don't want to, drip out in our way, that we can't control, a narrative that's so curated that it's unbelievable that people can't see through it, or that they still do monkey see, monkey do with this shush thing. Because yes, when someone puts a finger to their lips and they say shh, or they revere secrets rather than transparency, they are not enlightened. They are not evolved. They are not holy, righteous, or good. They are compromised. Now, it could be unconscious. A lot of times it probably is. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt until I don't. And that's my rant for you today. I want women, especially children, anyone who's been harmed by the patriarchy, that's men too, absolutely. Speak up. Tell the truth. Yes, be vulnerable, be open, be honest. There is no such thing as shut your mouth, in this day and age. That's outdated advice, and it's actually very, very fucking harmful. But open your mouth, speak up, tell the truth, tell the dark things so they don't live inside you, so they don't fester and become cancers and immune disorders and bogus psych diagnoses. Okay? So there's my rant for the day. There's your Sunday sermon. I love you. And I love you enough to tell you the truth, because people who don't love you will lie to you and mask and be charming and fake and wrap themselves in lies and call it good. But I can't do that. I'm not wired that way, and I'm so glad I'm not. All right. Make the best and most of it, and also complain and whine and explain and do all the things they tell you not to do, because the people who are telling you that they have an investment in your silence. They have an investment in your fear. They have an investment in you wanting to walk on eggshells around their little moods and tantrums and their bipolar, OCD, ADHD, autistic, fill in the blank, fill in the diagnosis bullshit. Okay? So that's me today. What are you up to? I hope you're going to have a great day. Get some sunshine, listen to some birds, put on some cute clothes, and go rock it, babe, because you got this. But don't ever let anyone tell you to be silent, because that is their insecurity. That is their erroneous programming. That is their MK Ultra Monarch butterfly, uh, brainwashing. Okay, because the butterfly is supposed to symbolize transformation. But in the Freemason Illuminati world, it symbolizes they think they're gods. They think they have the power of the creator that made the caterpillar and the butterfly. And guess what? Newsflash, they do not. They do not. So, yeah, it doesn't go well for anybody trying to tell me to be silent. It's actually backfires and blows up on them karmically, like pretty much instantaneously. So I don't recommend it. But I hope you will find whatever balance of speaking out, up and out, and being in stillness and silence works for you without me telling you or anybody else telling you, because that's a disservice, actually. Do you, boo? Just don't hurt children. That's like the basic rule on this planet. There are people who hurt children, people who don't. Pick your lane.